proposed portion.
3,000.
Received by.
All right. That's all set. We will call to order the Monday, December 8th, 2025, regular, or I guess the special city council meeting. With that, for roll call, Duncan. Here. Farley. Here. Gabriel. Here. Whitehead.
Here.
Kramer is absent this evening. Look to perfect and approve the agenda. Any changes to the agenda tonight?
No changes. I'll move to perfect and approve the agenda.
Second. Duncan. Yes. Farley.
Yes.
Gabriel.
Yes.
Whitehead.
Yes.
All right, takes us to old business. This is ordinance number 493, the floodplain ordinance chapter 172 amendments. This will be the second reading. Any updates from last time we had discussion on this?
No updates and no changes. We are required to have this approved and published by December 26th. So having it on this agenda keeps us from doing a combined second and third on the 17th.
Perfect.
I'll move to approve ordinance 493.
I'll second.
Duncan.
Yes.
Farley.
Yes.
Gabriel.
Yes.
Whitehead.
Yes.
All right, takes us down to new business. This is resolution 2545. It's like Lakeview Elementary Remodel Project. Yep.
Yeah, I'll give a preview and then Dave Scheckinger is online and he can run through his comments. We received the remodel of the Lakeview Elementary and have the large plans there. And so when we began talking about this project with the two west and east parking lots, they had decided to do the west parking lot, east parking lot, and then that building as separate site plans. But as a project as a whole, these are going to be done, you know, in a manner that makes sense for the project. There is a phased plan in your packet that shows the various phases of the remodel. And so this site plan will complete the project as far as the parking lots and the remodel of the building. Planning and zoning met on the 2nd and approved and recommend approval of the site plan. This should have been on that following December 3rd meeting. I just missed getting it on the agenda. So, which is why we're doing a special meeting this evening. Dave Scheckinger has reviewed the site plan is online and he can talk through his comments.
All right, thanks, Cami. So looking at this is a little bit different, as Cami mentioned, than we would normally see. This site plan doesn't really have anything outdoors that has significant impact that we would normally look at for stormwater, landscaping, and those sort of things. This is work done inside the building. So in this case, our main concerns were really what the impacts were to the public and to emergency services and so forth. So that's the nature of the comments. The first comment that we had on this was just to coordinate the material delivery and worker parking to avoid disrupting traffic flow and the school for drop off and pickup. And they do show some areas on there for staging and storage and plan to make sure that they don't have any conflicts with pickup. There was some discussion at planning and zoning that there might be a little bit of concern with the impact to the softball fields that is owned by the school, has to do with school activity and so forth. So that was really the only comment that planning and zoning had on that particular issue with the location of that parking lot and the potential fencing around there. The second item that we had on here was just to make sure that the materials were secured when they were hauling them off for disposal. We didn't want stuff blowing around. Anything that had asbestos containing materials had to be handled appropriately and so forth. And they've acknowledged that. We'll make sure that gets taken care of during construction. The next one had to do with work hours, just to make sure that we didn't disrupt the adjacent residential properties. And they've indicated they'll make sure that the work hours are compliant with city ordinance. The fourth comment was that we wanted to make sure that if they close off an entry point or change an access route for emergency services, that's made known before that happens, so that somebody doesn't try to respond to something and find that the access is blocked. Just make sure there's good communication on that. They plan to do that. Number 5 is to notify the fire department when they're working on the fire suppression system, so they're aware of any impacts to the response plan, and they've contacted the fire department already to let them know about that. And then the last comment was just to provide updated communication to the city and to emergency services and so forth, just so everybody understands if an area is going to be closed off or if there's going to be more activity in a certain area, that people aren't surprised. They did provide the phasing plan, as Cami noted, and that was included in my comment letter, just to show generally what they'll be doing. They'll keep us updated as the project goes along if things change. But again, most of the comments were just with respect to the impact to the public and emergency services. So any questions on any of those?
Any time, from the school?
No, we're the architects. Wanted to be here in case you guys had any questions on the remodel, but it is, mainly interiors, a little bit of work front entry. A lot of accessibility upgrades, to bathrooms, new finishes, asbestos abatement, upgrading, especially the older parts of the building.
So I guess to comment on the phasing approach, the site plan approach. This was originally it was a significantly more multi-phase project than it is now. If we were going to do the parking lot separately from the building, in the grand scheme of things, they kind of all got rolled into one project. That was just being managed at the same time and then completed in different phases. So that the design of those areas were completed in different phases, and that's what ultimately was submitted to you guys and through your channels of review. So it does seem odd that the building was submitted as a site plan review, but that was just checking the boxes with your guys' internal process to make sure that all of our phases were in compliance, and then ultimately for us, they're considered as one entire project now.
Questions or comments?
It's exciting.
What's the length of time of patients? How long would this take?
In the total picture, I think it's July of 2027.
Yeah.
And then it will ultimately be completed, but it will be in phases, so you'll see where the parking lots will be completed probably significantly before that. And then even some of the interior work, this interior work that's happening now, the interior itself is broken up into phases so that the teachers can move. Yep, while it's being completed. Because one entire section was moved out, third grade's being moved out. That allowed us to, have that empty space to start moving pieces of the puzzle around.
Very cool.
I'll move to approve resolution 2545.
Duncan?
Yes.
Farland?
Yes.
Gabriel? Wyatt?
Yes,
Takes us, we have a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?